The safety of the office of the president is crucial, given their responsibility for the nation's well-being. Let us face it, in some corners of the world, presidents might stroll down the street with minimal security, but here in Africa, it is a different situation. In this video, we will disclose the 10 most protected African presidents in 2024 based on their security details, intelligence operations, and surveillance. Let us dive in, starting with numbers. 10. Mamady Doumbouya, President of Guinea. Doumbouya is a military officer who rose to power through a coup in 2021, thus, he is no stranger to the intricacies of security. He has learned a thing or two from the pages of his country's history to rank as the 10th most protected in Africa. Doumbouya has spared no expense in assembling an elite squad of soldiers, which consists of a formidable group decked out in combat gear and armed with Russian-made rifles. Besides, when President Doumbouya steps out, he is not taking a stroll, he is flanked by this elite unit, forming an impenetrable shield around him. The man has driven around in a sleek black Humvee, leading a 10 vehicles long motorcade. Number 9. William Ruto, President of Kenya. Ruto's convoy is practically a spectacle on the move, consisting of 15 motorbikes forming a V-shaped formation, announcing the presidential arrival, and 12 SUVs creating a protective shield around the president's armored Toyota Land Cruiser. Besides, whether he is in the vehicle or stepping out, a fortress on wheels surrounds Ruto's, and more than 10 high-speed police motorcycles and several high-speed, top-notch cars make up this presidential entourage. But why such an elaborate setup? Well, when you inherit the legacy of being one of the best secured African presidents, you have standards to uphold. Furthermore, Ruto, with his impressive motorcade, is doing just that. Number 8. Paul Kagame, President of Rwanda. Paul Kagame is no stranger to the world stage. He has been at the helm of Rwanda since 2000, a pivotal figure in rebuilding the nation after the turbulent times of the 1990s civil war and genocide. Kagame's security consists of heavily fortified Range Rover Sentinels, with a hefty price tag of $500,000. Kagame's ride of choice is an armored Range Rover Sentinel, and there are matching vehicles in his motorcade, making it a formidable procession that can reach up to 12 vehicles. Paul Kagame needs such an elaborate setup because he cannot shy away from expressing his thoughts, even on divisive subjects. His involvement in critical discussions and his commitment to Rwanda's continued growth make him a figure that needs robust protection. Number 7. Abdel Fattah el-Sisi, President of Egypt. El-Sisi is no stranger to power. A former military commander turned politician, he has been at the helm of Egypt since 2014. Notably, El-Sisi cruises around with a sleek black Mercedes S-Class, distinctive with its black license plate, confidently driven by a president who leads one of the strongest militaries on the continent. El-Sisi does not leave anything to chance, as more than 10 highly trained bodyguards accompany him whenever he enters the public eye. El-Sisi's convoy is a spectacle in motion consisting of security motorcycles leading the way, fast armored Mercedes-Benz cars, Land Cruisers, and a formidable group of Special Forces personnel. Number 6. Cyril Ramaphosa, President of South Africa. Ramaphosa, a South African icon and the 5th democratically elected president since 2018, has had quite the political journey. Nevertheless, unlike his predecessors, Ramaphosa has a unique taste in rides, as he prefers to cruise in a crossover that's customized or specially constructed BMW cars, complete with show riders and a motorcade that turns heads. Ramaphosa needs such protection since he is the president of South Africa and arguably the most essential personality on the continent. Your choices make a statement. His entourage, whether in South Africa or abroad, is no ordinary affair, as it consists of an armored motorcade and heavily protected presidential guards, especially during official duties, who make up a force ready for any challenge. Number 5. Bola Tinubu, President of Nigeria. Nigeria, the most populous country in Africa, demands a security setup that matches its stature. When Tinubu steps beyond Nigeria's borders, he does not travel lightly, as more than a dozen bodyguards accompany him, a testament to African leaders' evolving security challenges. Besides, in recent years, security concerns escalated with an attack on Eagle Square, putting the life of former President Goodluck Jonathan at risk. As a response, Tinubu is constantly surrounded by at least 12 black-suited members of the SSS, both by his car and his side. Tinubu's ride is a Mercedes-Benz S600, equipped with 2 engines and thick armor to withstand gunfire and even bombs. A motorcade of 8 vehicles shields a presidential car, and depending on the destination, security details can even be doubled. Number 4. Emerson Mnangangwa, President of Zimbabwe. Mnangangwa's journey to power was a coup, a move widely welcomed as it ousted Robert Mugabe after his 30-year reign. Nevertheless, let us be honest, when you ascend to power through a coup, you will keep an extra layer of security. Notably, Zimbabwe's political scene has seen significant changes, making it crucial for Mnangagwa to up his security game. The president is under heightened security, whether he is handling official business at home or jet-setting abroad. For instance, Mnangagwa's entourage includes special forces, fast motorcycles, armored Mercedes-Benz cars, land cruisers, an armored limousine, several presidential guards, and high-speed motorcycles. In addition, while on foot, he is flanked by around 50 bodyguards, all dressed to impress in black suits and carrying matching briefcases rumored to contain automatic firearms. Number 3. King Mohammed VI of Morocco, President of Morocco. When you are a king in the Alawite tradition, like Mohammed VI, security is a necessity. As Morocco's second king in the Alawite lineage, the wealthiest king in Africa, and an absolute monarch, he wields immense power. When King Mohammed VI stepped into the public eye, he used an armored BMW or a communication Humvee. Also, he cruises in a Mercedes-Benz S-Class, the standard for world leaders, as it has armor, is dual-engined, and is loaded with a cache of weapons for self-defense. Accompanying him, a formidable motorcade trails behind, featuring an armored Range Rover, Humvees, and what can only be described as a small army, soldiers, weapons experts, communication wizards, and a medical unit, and thus King Mohammed VI travels surrounded by a well-oiled protective force. Number 2. Paul Biya, President of Cameroon. Leading one of Africa's most protected presidencies, Biya travels in a convoy of nearly 20 vehicles, creating a security spectacle that's hard to miss. The reason behind such extensive security is that Biya has been in office for about 40 years, making him one of Africa's most experienced leaders. Being an almost absolute monarch, he does not answer to anyone, and his security expenses seem unlimited. His fleet includes fully armored Range Rover Sentinels, each costing a cool $500,000. He rides in a closely guarded limousine on special occasions, accompanied by a squad of special bodyguards. Also, his motorcade, one of the safest in Africa, boasts fast-lane cruisers and Mercedes-Benz cars. Number 1. Allasane Ouattara, President of Ivory Coast. Allasane Ouattara assumed the presidency of Ivory Coast in 2010, stepping into a role that has kept him under tight security ever since. His journey to power, shrouded in conflict and claims of foreign intervention, has contributed to his status as the most guarded president in Africa. Therefore, whether within the borders of Ivory Coast or on the international stage, Ouattara is a constant companion of a significant number of security personnel with his vehicle, flanked by heavily armored troops, with presidential security walking alongside until he is out of the public eye. Further, when it comes to arriving at international summits, Ouattara does so in style, in a black, armored Mercedes S-Class, equipped with not one but 2 engines for added security. Also, his motorcade, a formidable procession of up to 20 vehicles, includes buses, vans, Humvees, and Range Rovers. Other most protected African presidents include Mahamat Deby of Chad, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni from Uganda, Samia Suluhu Hassan of Tanzania, Assimi Goïta of Mali, Captain Ibrahim Traoré of Burkina Faso, Macky Sall of Senegal, Mohamed Ould Cheikh of Mauritania, Adama Barrow of Gambia, Salva Kiir Mayardit of South Sudan, and Andry Niraina Rajoelina of Madagascar. While acknowledging the complexity of security dynamics, we have explored why heavily guarded presidents are often those who have endured recent unrest. Thank you for watching. If you love the content, please do not forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more. Bye.